Last episode, we faced the #1 team in the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs, now sitting at 30-5, coming off that win against us last episode. In this game, we got 32 points from Jimmy Thomas, and he really scored mostly on mid-range jump shots and getting to the rim when he usually is knocking down threes, but only 4 for 12 here in this game. And then for the Spurs, we allowed Wemby to drop over 40 points, most which came there in the first half, but he still played a fantastic game, and we lost because we allowed him to score well, and we allowed their team to shoot over 55% from the field. That loss makes it 2 in a row and 4 in our last 5 games, and we are now down to 14-19 on the year, 10 games back from the first place 76ers. We currently have a bottom 8 offense, and part of that is because our three-point shooting has not been very good at all. We rank right now 24th in the league from behind the arc, and with guys like Jimmy Thomas and Wilson Towns, you would hope to be better in that category. So based on that last game against the Spurs and based on how the year has gone so far and how Mikal Bridges has kind of shot poorly from behind the arc and from the field, less than 40% shooting so far through, 35 games or 33 games for us. I have put in Clint Hardy to the starting 5. He'll get about 25 minutes a game starting out, but might get more as he plays better, if he does play better, because he shot like 48% from the field, and he's been one of our better three-point shooters on the team, so hopefully starting him will make a big difference for us. And based on feedback from last episode, I have made a couple of changes to the priority assignments in our playbook. So first, we're going to have Clint Hardy take threes over mid-range shots. Then we'll have mid-range shots as his number 2. And then Pioner Wing as his third one, because usually I think that will get him some more open looks on kickouts, on drive attempts. And then he'll have Cutter as his 4th one. And hopefully he can give us some really good shooting in his first starts of the season. I also made a quick change to Homer Castro, who has shot better this year, like way better than last year, but I still feel like he's not ready to have any of those post-up lows just yet. He's only got C+ inside scoring, and I feel like he's better fit to just have the Pioner rollman assignment right now, and that might help things out for him. And then I also made adjustments to Dustin Person, making mid-range his number 1 priority over post-up low. We had 3-point as his number 2 to hopefully get him some better open looks from downtown. And then we made Pioner rollman and post-up low his 3rd and 4th priorities. And we'll see if that makes any difference to how the offense, works and how well the offense shoots the ball in total. Clint Hardy's first start comes against the 17-15 Pelicans, but thanks to a pretty poor defensive second quarter, we are down by a little bit, approaching the end of this third quarter, trying to fight our way back in. We climb back, but now off to a slow start here in the fourth quarter. And the Pelicans are essentially pulling away here in the final period of regulation. And they take it pretty handily, 118-96. We got outscored by 19 points in that fourth quarter. We only scored 12 points. We got 2 really good performances here from Jimmy Thomas dropping 29 points. And how about Dustin Person dropping 25 and 10? That's got to be close to a career high for him. I'm curious, at this point in the year, his career is currently 28, which I forget when that was exactly. But he was close to it here in this game. Towns played all right, but not great. And Castro and Hardy really struggled from the field at 3 for 12 and 3 for 10. And Mikal Bridges was 1 for 9, while Malone and Green were scoreless off the bench for us. So the bench really struggled here in this one, and so did 2 of our 5 starters. We also allowed 24, 5, and 7 to Franz Wagner, and 19 to Lawal, who typically gives this team problems in the last couple of matchups over these last 2 seasons. After a pretty back-and-forth first half against the Sixers, who we have already taken down once this year, we approached the fourth quarter with a very slim lead. We might have to jump in here and watch the rest of it, but the fourth quarter is not really going our way exactly as the Sixers approach the last 4 minutes, leading by 6. Let's jump in to watch the rest. Just like our last game, we have only scored 9 points in the quarter, but Wilson Towns gets us to 11 and down to a 4-point deficit. But again, like our last game, we are not playing good offense here in the final quarter of the game. We got to play better to win this one after scoring pretty damn well in the first 3 quarters. Tyrese Maxey takes it right to the rack on the other end, and it's back to a 6-point Sixers lead. It's left for Jimmy Thomas. He's picked up. Shot clock under 10 for the Force. Little pick and roll. Towns keeps it. Pump fakes, goes up with it, and scores off the window again. Off the screen, Wesley pulls the trigger and knocks down the mid-range shot. That's Bradford Wesley. All the way to the rim and rejected. Jimmy Thomas can get it to go, and Smith pulls down the rebound. In this game, Jimmy Thomas has 33 points and 10 boards, putting up a monster double-double. But will it be enough to get us in the lead here? Clock under 5. Jabari Smith just jacks it up with Person right there with him. Got to score here. Out of the corner, Clint Hardy slashes inside, and he's fouled, so free throws coming up. That is Reed with the foul. Not too familiar here with the starting 5 with the Sixers, but they just brought in 3 new players, so I guess that might have been their bench because of the Simcast weirdness. Hardy splits the free throws. Maxey on the other end misses the mid-range jumper. We can go right back with it. Under 2 to go. Thomas trying to do it all himself, and he scores. 1-score game. Got a lockdown on defense here, not allow another bucket the rest of the way, pretty much, but Maxey might have just hit the dagger. 11 of his 19 points have come here in the 4th quarter. Kind of got to go fast. It's kicked back out. Person responds with a triple of his own. Maxey dumps it inside. Mismatch for DeAndre Ayton, but he beefs the layup. He gets it back and missed again. Here's our chance. A 3 can tie it up. Inside. Person left it short off the window. That's a pretty tough shot on one of the better low post defenders in the entire league in Jabari Smith. Under 60 seconds to go. A bucket here would likely end the game and put Philly on top with a victory, but Smith's triple is offline. Gonna have another shot at tying the ball game here. But we turn the ball over. I don't know what Person saw there on that pass at all, but they get it back. Maxey coasts inside with the blow-by, and Philly leads by 5, and we are essentially out of chances here. So Philly takes this one by a score of 123 to 116 here at the Wells Fargo Center. They increase their Eastern Conference lead. We could have won that game, but there's not enough 4th quarter plays being made on either end of the courts. 31 and 14 for Jabari Smith. Got to do better on the glass, man. You cannot allow a guy to get that many rebounds, especially in less than 30 minutes of action. Maxey was 8 for 12 in this game with 23 points. And Thomas played very well. Clint Hardy shot the ball pretty well, but he was only 1 for 5 from behind the arc. So was Wilson Towns. Homer Castro actually made a 3 in this game, but he took 5 of them on pretty inefficient shooting for the 2nd straight game. 5 for 14 overall. And we shot better from the field than they did, but they shot better from behind the arc and had more free throw attempts. And that was the difference in this game. The Knicks have one more win than we do at 15 and 21, and we have a very tight matchup here, but they have outscored us in all 3 quarters so far to lead by just over 10 points here in the 4th quarter. We're trying to climb back in. They're currently keeping us at bay, and it looks like the Knicks are going to hold on to win this one as well. We have lost several games in a row. We lose this one 115 to 105. That makes it 5 straight L's. Thomas drops 23. Towns 22 and 9. Both guys shot pretty well. Person 8 for 12. Castro 1 for 9. This has been a really bad 3-game stretch, and he also fouled out after only 21 minutes on the court. Keon Malone also 1 for 8. Josh Green 0 for 4. We're seeing some common things happening here game by game. What about the Pacers? They've been one of the worst teams in the entire league for the past 2 seasons, I believe, and we're going to get back in the win column here in this one, winning pretty handily by 24 points. You win this one behind 26 more points from Jimmy Thomas. Towns stuffs the stat sheet. Elvin Harrison plays pretty well off the bench. Castro shoots a whole lot better here in this game with 5 offensive rebounds, 4 for 6 from the field. Nobody shot poorly for us except for Hardy at 5 for 13. And against a bad team, you got to get wins like this for sure. So we hold them to 42% from the field. We shoot, pretty well from behind the arc at 38. So happy with this win. We had 21 offensive rebounds. We dominated the glass against the Pacers here. The Celtics have also been pretty bad. They only have 11 wins so far this year, but they have outscored us in every quarter to this point, and now we're kind of getting blown out in the fourth quarter. Trying to climb back in, but not enough time left, and we're going to pick up another loss, losing by 13 points against a really, really bad Eastern Conference opponent. 27 for Thomas. He's been very consistent these last couple of weeks. Person's been pretty solid. Towns hasn't really scored as much as we're used to, and Bridges was 1 for 8 in this game off the bench, 2 points. He's got to play better. He hasn't shot well all season long. I think right now he's probably our top trade deadline candidate just because he has not played well at all this year. He has only dropped 19 points as a season high. He is apparently on the block according to his role. And if you look at his stats so far this season, he is shooting 38% from the field. We would have to just completely either take him out of our rotation or just get rid of him completely because this is not going to cut it at all. At least he's knocking down his free throws, but this shooting display is really, really poor, and it's costing us a lot. I think we're going to have to probably completely bench Josh Green. I love the guy, but right now he is shooting 37%, even worse than Mikal Bridges, and he is somehow just dropped off the face of the earth when it comes to his threes. The last 3 years, he has shot over 40%, less than 28% this year. Don't know why. I think in his place, I think it makes sense to give Lenny Hollins those minutes as the shooting guard. Maybe give Elvin Harrison those minutes and play Hollins as the point guard. Hollins won't be shooting threes very well, but he'll at least shoot better from the field, I hope. I think I feel comfortable seeing what Max Christie can give us. He hasn't played all year long. And with Bridges shooting poorly, I think it makes sense to go with somebody else off the bench, off the reserves that can just give us a different look that we haven't seen so far this year. So we'll give him 19 minutes at small forward. As we approach the end of January, we are 18-27. Now we've been further back at 15.5 games away from the Sixers. The Neptunes are right behind them at 5 games back, but they have a pretty nice cushion up there towards the top. We are slowly getting worse as the year goes on. Our three-point percentage has dropped now down to 34%. It was at 26 for most of the year, so it's only gotten worse since those last couple of changes, which is not good. But the rebounds have gone up, which is a positive sign for the future of Homer Castro and Person. But behind the arc scoring right now is probably the biggest flaw in this offense. So since Hardy became a starter this year after that loss against the Spurs, he's had a couple of nice offensive days. We saw a couple of those box scores. He's had mostly games where he is putting up at least 11 or more points. Had one game where he dropped 20 points. And then the last, week and a half, he hasn't been as efficient from the field. But I think right now, we're not going to be a play-in tournament team or a playoff team at all. So I think it makes sense just to rock with this young team, see who shoots well, who doesn't, see who can really make a name for themselves the rest of the season. Overall this year, he has put up 11 points per game and is shooting about 45% from the field and 39% from behind the arc, way better than how he shot last year. So that is a big positive sign for where he might develop the rest of the way. And what I love about our second overall pick is that most rookies that we have seen throughout the course of these first 10 and a half seasons of this series is that usually rookies don't shoot very well, especially without badges, but Person is kind of a completely different story. Since those playbook adjustments, he has not only shot better, now over 51% from the field, he shot his threes a bit better at 33%, but also he only has one badge, and it's not even for offensive scoring. I believe it's just for rebounding, and it's pogo stick. So this means that if he does develop well with that high potential, and he gets a lot more badges from playing so much and starting and from player progression, then imagine how well this guy can shoot, especially behind the arc, when he really gets those badges and really comes into his own as a player after his first couple of seasons. I think he could be a really big offensive weapon for us, possibly a better offensive weapon than Jimmy Thomas is right now. So happy with his developments. Now for Wilson Towns, his numbers have kind of dropped off scoring-wise, down to now 20.6 points per game, but he's passing well. He's shooting better than last year, at least from the field. But three-pointers, he just hasn't really been as efficient as I was hoping. He's not ever really going to be, I don't think, a great three-point shooter. But I think Jimmy Thomas is probably 1 year away from becoming one of the top 10 scorers in the entire league. Currently averaging over 23 points per game, but it's only gone up since his rookie season. And I think that next year, he could really become, that true #1 scoring option. His defense also hasn't been too bad. It's been way better than last year in terms of his defensive ability, forcing steals, even blocking more than one shot per game. That's very impressive for a guy that's only 6'4". So I like how he's developed. And, the future of this team looks bright, but, obviously right now, the current play is just not up to par with, what you would be expecting from a team with this kind of a roster. With all of that being said, folks, let's head back home to Pittsburgh to take on the 28th and 18 Golden State Warriors, the former team at number 32 right there, Keon Malone. They've still got AC Cole, Devin Booker, and Buford, their big three, and they're trying to vie for a top playoff seed in the Western Conference. And we are trying to see just what this young roster can get us the rest of the season, including right here in this game. Game number 46 is officially underway as Buford wins the opening tip here in PPG Paints Arena. Two of the better backcourts in the entire league. We have one of the more promising young backcourts here in the East. They have probably the best backcourt in the Western Conference with Cole and with Devin Booker. These guys are some great shooters, especially Booker, obviously, but going to see if we can play some solid defense here in this game, and hopefully the offense can play better than against the Spurs last episode. Out of the corner comes Jimmy Thomas. He rattles off a three and connects to open the scoring here at home. Shot clock winding down here for the Warriors. Buford going isolation, and Castro gets the stop. Thomas, quick shot on the other end. That one was pretty well contested by Devin Booker. We're coming off a nice 21-point win against the Celtics when Max Christie appeared for the very first time this year. And Clint Hardy has only, started a couple of games so far this year, as we saw earlier in the episode. But I'm hoping for him to, give us some good offensive contributions here in this game. Hopefully some pretty solid three-point shooting especially. Off the screen, a Person launches and hits his first shot of the day from behind the arc. Posey with it. He hands it off. AC Cole gonna have to fire here. And it's good off the back iron and through. Hardy from the elbow, no good, but Castro comes in for the rebound. Put back, no good. Stumped inside. Buford has a mismatch, and this game is tied at 6. Towns with it. AC Cole guarding. A double team comes in person. Jams it home off the assist. One of our major goals this year, the rest of the way, is to figure out what plays work best, what play priorities work best in terms of the assignments for Person to get him open looks and get him to his best spots on the court shooting-wise. Same goes for Clint Hardy as Person is off to a flying start here. He's got 7 points. Out to Booker. A few feet behind the line, off the mark. He's still scoreless in the first 4 minutes here in this first quarter. And we turn the ball over. Castro just with a lazy pass. Posey on the other end connects on the triple. It's a 1-point game. Screen comes up. Thomas. Baseline jumper. Tough angle. No good. Up to Booker. Another fast break 3. It's offline. Behind the arc. Bullseye again for Jimmy Thomas. Quick pass up ahead again. Golden State with a pretty fast-paced offense so far, but Devin Booker, we saw in the offseason, has had some pretty big regression these last couple of years. I imagine after this year, he'll probably have a pretty steep drop-off. Right now, he's at like a 88 overall. I want to say he was at like a 94, I think, when the series began, or somewhere around there. We turn the ball over, and Cole hits a shot on the other end, and we're tied at 13 apiece. Trying to attack Booker here. He picks up his dribble, but Thomas overshoots it. Got a mismatch down low. It's dumped inside for Buford. A double team comes. Back out to Oakley. Good recovery on defense by the Force. But Booker, open off ball. His first bucket is good. And we got to call timeout, down by 3. AC Cole's last 5 games, he's kind of dropped off. 15 points per game, 5 assists. Hopefully this is not going to be a get-right game for him. Under half the quarter left to play. Keon Malone checks in and promptly draws a foul against Buford as the first foul against the Warriors here in this game. So right now we got Malone in at center. Person stays in at power forward as Castro comes out. Holland's back in the game for the first time, and Malone splits the free throws. Cole right to the rim over Person. That ball was tipped. Malone steps into a 3, but it rattles out. Booker, a crossover, and the shot goes in and out. Up to Hardy, transition 3, nothing but nylon. Poked out, and Hollins picks up a steal. Fast break, Cole's catching up. And Hollins misses the fast break layup, unfortunately. But still a good poke out right there. Good, hands on defense. Need more of that the rest of the way. Another mismatch down low. How does this keep happening? Buford over 2 defenders. Will have some free throws. It's already the second foul against Wilson Towns here in this first quarter. Buford currently averaging over, or just about 17 points per game. Shooting just below 90% at the line. He is a fantastic free throw shooter. Probably one of the better big man free throw shooters in the entire league, especially compared to our guys. Double team comes for Towns. It's dumped inside. Person goes up with it, but a bit too strong off the window. Put inside the arc. Devin Booker offline. He's off to a cold start. Towns launches. That one's off. He's only shot like, I want to say 35% or so from behind the arc this year. And as I mentioned earlier, he's not going to really ever be like a fantastic three-point shooter, but hopefully can just get a bit better and get back to like last year's, 37, 38% shooting from downtown. That would really help us out. But so far this year has not been the case. Holland steps into a mid-range jumper and nails it. Good penetration. And Booker is back on the board. Top of the key. Once again, no good from Keon Malone. 0 for 2 now from downtown. 1 point lead for the Warriors here with just over 2.5 to play in this first quarter. Pretty back and forth game so far. Posey, though, increases their lead to 3. Into the corner. This is Max Christie's first shot of the day, and it rims out. They got 2 Bufords down the game. The guy with the ball is named Buford. He feeds the other Buford. And Junior finishes at the rim for 2. Melvin Harrison checks in and finds Barea. Beautiful pump fake, but he somehow misses the second attempt. Not really sure how. Got to make that one next time. The pull-up jumper is in there, and the Warriors are on like a 8-0 run right now. Screen from Barea. Harrison, the pull-up shots. Poked out. Barea tries to get the steal, but the other Cole, they got 2 Coles and 2 Bufords. This is H. Buford, not sure what his first name is, but he nails the three-pointer, and we are down by 8 points, 21-29. Pretty strong into this first quarter by the Warriors offense especially. Can we get back on track? Jimmy Thomas finds some room and nails the midi. Stolen by Malone. That was a turnover by Herb Buford. That's his first name. As Harrison might have had that shot deflected by Ball. So many mismatches for Junior Buford. A double team comes again. It's kicked back out to Pearson, but he can't knock it down. The Warriors lead by 6 after 1. Castro and Hardy back in to open the second quarter here at home in Paints Arena, looking to get back in the lead here, but trailing by 6. The 3, good from Jimmy Thomas. Get this guy the rock. He will put the ball through the nets like 6 times out of 10. And Hardy picks up his second steal of the game off the Buford turnover. Malone bobbles the pass on the other end and gives it right back to Golden State. Baseline, step back. No good from Vic Cole. Double screens. Thomas. Trying to create his own shot here. Hardy top of the key. He's got it! I mean, he is a sharpshooter according to his profile, and we're back in this game, tied at 29. High ball screen. Buford rolls. Cole misses the fadeaway jump shots. Gives her a chance to jump in front. Harrison for the lead. No good from behind the arc. How does Buford keep getting mismatches down low? We are switching way too much, but so far it hasn't really cost us a whole lot. Dumped inside to Malone. He scores off the window. We have taken the lead for the first time since the first couple of minutes. On the pick and roll. Buford back out. And that's going to be a violation against Junior Buford for a 3-second violation. Apparently, he's number 1 right now in the three-point contest. So this guy can do everything on the offensive end. Free throws, threes, scoring inside the paints. And we turn the ball over. We give it right back after the violation. That was Harrison with the turnover. And almost stolen by Castro. Buford pump fakes, but too much off the glass. He gets it back and finds her, Buford, for the bucket. Towns has a lane off the inbound pass. Bucket and foul. Number 2 against Buford. A nice play as he has just come back in the game for Wilson Towns. The free throw was also going to cap off the three-point play. From downtown, a wide open look, but Booker is now 2 for 8 from the field. On the baseline, Hollins finds Malone right at the rim. Nice pump fake. He flips it up and in. 6 lead changes, 5 ties so far here in this game. Very back and forth. Both teams making some runs. Hollins picks up a steal. I think he's had 2, Hardy's had 2, and Castro's going to have some free throws on the other end. The second foul against Golden State here in the quarter. First one is good off the back iron. And Castro goes 2 for 2. I'll take it. Back to Buford. That's a great pass by Cole. Nice pass to Harrison. He's got a decent look for a 3, and he cashes that one in. And we have our largest lead of the game so far at 8 points, 41-33. Oakley pulls up from the elbow, but can't knock it down. The defense is playing some hard basketball here. Gotta love it. The offense is playing well too. Almost turned it over, but Harrison has got to make that. That was a pretty clean look. Booker trying to shake Wilson Towns. Tough pull-up jump shot. He got it to go. Nice use of the screen right there, but Towns cannot knock down the trifecta. It's dumped inside again. Double team comes. Back out to Booker. It's good. 5 in a row for Devin Booker. Towns from the charity line into a shot, no good, and now a chance for the Golden State Warriors to tie this game up with a trifecta. That would tie the game. Screen comes up from Buford. He gets the feed. Mismatched against Towns, but he misses the pull-up. Jarred loose, and Towns turns it over. Booker with the steal. But it won't lead to points. We get it back instead off the Harrison steal. Castro the other way, readjusting, and he's got some more free throws coming up. That will allow Thomas, Christian Person to check in after the first free throw is good. 3 for 3 on the night so far. Can he make it 4 for 4? Yes, he can. Shot clock under 10 for Golden State. Booker trying to find some space, and he fires it over Christie, up and good. He's now got 14 points, playing much better here in the second quarter compared to the first. Now up to 50% shooting from the field. On the baseline, Thomas kicks it back out to Person. Christie, back to Thomas. That one's blocked by Matthew Oakley. Inside feed, rejected on the other end as well by Homer Castro. These two teams right now feel pretty even, I gotta say. Both teams trading blocks, trading steals, trading stops. He almost turned the ball over again. Gotta find something here. Christie fires over AC Cole, no good. Oakley fades away and just misses the shot, in and out. Nice drive, nice feed inside to Castro. Thomas the assist. Under 3 to play here in the half. Deep 3 for Booker, catching fire here in the first half. The lob and the one-handed stuff from Jimmy Thomas. He rocks the rim. What a just fantastic pass by Max Christie right there. He's already showing some better basketball here than Mikal Bridges gave us in some of these games, especially in simming. Booker's jump shot on the other end, no good, and now we have a chance to extend our lead. But we turn the ball over after a wayward pass. AC Cole with it, stepping into a shot. Tough one. It's good. Thomas for 3 on the line. What a first half for him so far. AC Cole trying to work around Harrison. Another pull-up jumper, but this time it is off the mark. 90 seconds left to play here in the half. Got to finish this quarter and this half strong. That's going to be the 4th foul against the Warriors here.
Team foul.
From downtown, wide open. I'm surprised Thomas missed that. Gotta make it next time. Here we go. Isolation ball for Booker. Step back, shakes off Thomas. One-score game. Eyeball screen comes up. Thomas, the step back jumper offline. On the other end, Posey on the baseline, misses the shot. Person with the rebound. 14 seconds separate the shot and game clocks here. We can go 2 for 1. Another try. Kaboom for Jimmy Thomas. They'll have the final shot here in the first half. Out of the corner, it's kicked to Oakley. He steps into a shot, no good, and we lead against a really good Western Conference opponents. 53-47. I like the offense so far. The defense played pretty well here, and we have a nice lead here at the break. We got a pretty good game on our hands here, folks. 19 first half points for both Devin Booker and Jimmy Thomas. But after a really good first quarter from Person, he has kind of gone quiet since then, but should play a whole lot more here in the second half of this game. We have scored inside on mid-range shots and behind the arc. It's been a pretty balanced approach on the offensive end. Now we've got under 3 seconds here on the shot clock to open the second half. Who do we feed? It's going to be Thomas, it looks like. He's got a good look at a shot, but it's off the mark. In the corner, and blocked by Hardy. Oakley retains possession. Shot clock under 5. He tries again. They've hit a couple of those. Thomas behind the arc, picking up right where he left off in the second quarter. Booker, tough shot. Thomas right there with him. We get it back, leading by 7. Right back to Thomas, top of the key. That one's off the mark. But open looks are gonna get us through the basket here, so keep getting looks like those. That'll really help us out here. AC Cole trying to show off the range, but it's in and out. Castro finds Towns. He slashes inside, another bucket and foul for the young point guard, and he flexes on the home crowd. The free throw will make it a 10-point Pittsburgh lead to open this third quarter. Pick and roll with Buford. Castro's right there with them for the stop. Thomas doubles, leaving Person wide open. He drills the triple again. Off the pick. Cole feeds it down low. Posey with too much room. Keep the offensive pressure up here, guys. Person off the window. He's got 5 points here in the quarter. Loving the passing display. Loving how many guys are getting involved here on offense. We've seen Towns, Thomas, Person, Clint Hardy put up several good shots here in this game so far. The defense right now is also playing pretty darn well. Thomas working around Cole. He's giving some room, and it just toilet bowls in and out. Unlucky. Up to Booker. Transition 3. He nails it. In the corner and left open. How do you leave Thomas open of all people? I don't know. But he drops it in for another triple. Oakley steps into a shot and nails it a few feet inside the arc. Eyeball screen. Pick and roll with Castro, and Thomas will have some more free throws. That's number 3 now on Buford. Got to watch out for that foul trouble. First one is up and good. Thomas, one of our better free throw shooters on the team, and he knocks them both down. Booker draws a crowd. Good cross-court pass to Oakley, but we recover on defense. And now Booker inside, stepping back out to Posey. That's a really good find. Double screens, set up. Wilson Towns off one leg, got it to go with the soft touch. Timeout Warriors. What a start for the offense here in this third quarter. Behind the arc, Devin Booker misses the pull-up jump shots. We get it back, leading by 12 points. Thomas doubled. Castro slips inside for two. I mean, we are just, one, passing very well. We're getting really good looks because of that. And now because they're going to double Thomas a little bit, that's going to create even more open looks for the rest of our guys. Booker locked up by Thomas, and Person pokes it out for a steal. Fast break. Thomas spins, hands it off. Castro, the reverse jam. Gotta be one of her best games of the season so far, but still plenty of basketball left. Double comes for Booker. Posey to Oakley. Good passing around the outside, and Oakley nails the triple. Out to Wilson Towns. He can't cash it from deep. Back and down, Castro. Left hook goes off the side of the backboard from Buford. He has not done that well on the offensive side of the ball here. Castro playing some really solid inside defense here in this one, like we're used to. And now he cuts and scores at the rim. We have talked about him getting so much better offensively, and he's 4 for 6 from the field, a plus 18 plus minus right now against the Warriors. Up and under. Booker missed the layup. Another stop for Homer Castro. Open look. Thomas laces one more from deep. Our largest lead of the entire game. 80-62. Do you believe this second half performance? 4 and change to play here in this third quarter. Warriors obviously losing some steam here on offense as Booker's doubles. Buford pump fakes and misses that one off the glass. Thomas inside. The layup is no good. Pretty solid defense by Herb Buford on that take. Pick and pop. A step back from the elbow. Booker got it. Another one, open, look, Thomas can't seem to miss right now. He's got 33. He is absolutely unreal. 14 points here in the quarter, the most so far in a quarter this game. AC Cole has not taken too many shots here in this game, but he's on the board here with that triple. Ball screen comes up. Castro rolls. Thomas fouled by Booker. More free throws coming up for the #1 scoring option on this Pittsburgh Force team. Imagine what he can do with just a little bit more player progression. 2 for 2. Shot clock under 5 now for Golden State. And Cole's going to have to force it. No good. Thomas draws a crowd. Nice pass in the corner. Christie on the board for the first time. All thanks to Jimmy Thomas. The Force lead by 21 points against a team 10 games over 500. Working against Harrison. AC Cole floats it up and out. Good penetration. Castro backdoor with the lay-in. The offense is absolutely humming right now on all cylinders. AC Cole over 2 defenders, can't get it to go, and the Golden State offense has gone quiet here in the third quarter as Malone extends our lead to 25. We might jump out of here soon because we're winning by so much, but I kind of want to stay in and watch a little bit more of this. Buford just pulls up, and finally Golden State makes a jump shot. Thomas kicked back out. Harrison lets it fly, but can't connect. Last shot here in the quarter, it's going to be for AC Cole. It's contested and no good. The Force extend their lead from 6 to 23 in the third quarter. Impressive showing here. Just got to close this game out in these last 12 minutes of action. We'll stay in for just a little bit longer here in this fourth quarter. We'll watch the first, 5-6 minutes and see where things go from there. But if we're still up by, 20 plus by the 6-minute mark, then we'll probably just sim towards the end and get out of here after a nice win against Golden State. Wilson Towns off the window has been, not, too great here in terms of scoring, but has been pretty efficient from the field. 10 points, and he shot over, I believe, 50% here in this one. Oakley shakes Malone and nails the triple. What a play. Screen comes up. Hollins back to Malone. Good pass, and the jump shot is good. Open mid-range jumper. Booker got it to go. Thomas doubles in the corner again. Christie, same spot as his last bucket. Inside, nice cut by Booker, but he misses a foot away from the rim. Just too much off the window, I guess. Now Thomas draws a crowd. Christie finds Castro. His lefty shot is up and good. How about his progression on the offensive end, man? I can't say enough. In the corner, the three. No good from Vic Cole. Screens come up. Thomas. No good, top of the key. Up to Buford. Quick three. It's good, and it is a 24-point game. Nice whip inside, and Booker just got lost. Castro, I think, is approaching 20 points here in this ball game. Jump shots. No good from Buford. Oh, we turn the ball over. Castro with a bad pass up ahead. Cole fires. That's contested, and Thomas comes flying in to grab the rebound. If we make one more shot, we'll jump out of here and sim to the end. Towns off the screen, picked up by Booker. Castro's going to have to force a deep three. That is a very low percentage look right there. And snatched by Castro. Booker trying to lob it on the other end. Christie behind the arc, no good. Person on the boards for the putback. And that is our cue to jump out of here, man. What a second half. We now lead 105 to 77. We're going to destroy these guys. And they're a pretty damn good team, too. And Pittsburgh takes this one 119 to 93. One of our best games in quite a while, folks. Have we finally unlocked this offense? Maybe so. That now makes it 2 straight blowout victories, both at home. But Jimmy Thomas, no shortage here of 40-point ball games this season. 40 points, 8 assists, and how about Homer Castro? Probably his best offensive game, maybe of his career overall. His career high is, I want to say, 25 on the year as well, but he drops 23, 13 boards, 7 assists, 8 for 12 shooting, and he hit every free throw that he took. I mean, what more can you ask for? And how about Person? 6 for 7, 7 rebounds. Wilson Towns, 1 assist shy of a triple-double here in this game. Despite going 0 for 6 behind the arc, I think he played pretty well overall. And we just got some really good play from pretty much the entire team. I am happy with this game, no doubt about it. And Castro played almost 40 minutes here in this game because he was playing so well. Barea barely got a chance to come in. He put up 119. He allowed 26 from Booker, but on 25 shots, I think you take that every day of the week. And you hold the Warriors to 43% shooting, and you shoot 45% from downtown and 53 overall. One of our better shooting days across the entire year. Only 2 free throws allowed too. I mean, we did so many things right here in this game. We outboarded them by about 8 in total, and this was one of our better overall games, maybe of this new chapter here in Pittsburgh. That leaves us about 1 week out from the trade deadline here, which I believe will be on the 2nd of February. I think it's the Wednesday before the All-Star break usually, so that will be coming here next episode, folks. Who do you want to see get moved to a different team? What kind of trades should we make? Who should we go after? Or what kind of picks should we try and target in these next couple of seasons? And, you know, what do you think about this performance, man? That was an awesome game. After those playbook adjustments, maybe the offense is better off with more jump shots for guys like Person. You know, maybe that's the key to unlocking this team. Either way, I am very happy with this win, guys, and I hope you guys are too. I will see you guys in the next one. Please like the video, subscribe if you enjoy the content and want to see more. I've got a college football series coming up here soon once that game comes out next week. I'm excited for that one, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Have a great day.